Alrighty, yeah. So hey, we're back. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I finished up exams on Tuesday, or not Tuesday, excuse me. I finished them up on Monday, and kind of got sick immediately after with a sore throat. So I'm just good enough now to start actually speaking a lot more again, and not coughing as much while speaking. I'm also leaving tomorrow to go back home. So I really won't be streaming at all. Next week, like period. So tomorrow is the 7th, I believe, and that's when I'm going to be leaving because I'm leaving. Damn, bitch, can I open my calendar? No. There we go. But yeah, I am going to be leaving tomorrow, Saturday the 7th, and I won't be back until Monday the 16th. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a quite a huge break after already taking another break. So, but it's been good though to kind of like take a little breather from Minecraft and have a little bit of a refresher and kind of take it easy. But we're on day 685. We'll play it for a nice bit of time today. And outside of Minecraft, I've been thinking about some other things too, mainly with the sphere. To be quite honest, it's not worth it without Swift Sneak. Like it's too fucking big nowadays. I can't keep. It's I just can't maintain it forever like that. So what's gonna end up happening is we're just gonna wait until 1.19 comes out to actually continue work on the sphere because we're gonna take a trip down to the deep dark, and we're gonna go get Swift Sneak and consider fighting the warden. But because it's been a while, let's just do a quick little recap. Nothing too serious. Last episode, we went ahead and constructed this. I like the idea of this, but I kind of like did it on a whim compared to like some of the other stuff. So it needs to actually be like completely redone, like completely redone. So we will be getting rid of the entire house, and we're going to be starting from scratch here today. But in return, it should look a hell of a lot better. It was a very good start for sure, but it's just not anything more than that, unfortunately, because the shape just isn't quite correct, and there's nothing I can do to fix it without just straight up tearing the whole thing down and starting again. So that's exactly what we're doing. We'll get this house done, and I'd have to say we'll get the farming village part done as well, or something to that effect. When I come back, later, like in 10 days or whatever, we'll probably like take a day to actually have some fun and go exploring or something. Or maybe I can start actually working on the how did we get here? Considering I haven't done that yet, and I've been. But yeah, we need to rework a couple of things. Mainly, it's just reworking the shape, and that's pretty much it. We kind of know like what we want to do for the roof already and all that other stuff. It was really just the shape was kind of at. I can't easily fix that without taking the whole thing down. So yeah, I ended up having a sore throat for a couple of days. I don't know why. Don't know how I got it. I can guess, but I'm sure. Like the only time I was in like a place with a lot of people to even try and get sick was like when I was taking my last exam because there were a lot of people in the testing hall. And then my roommates were coughing a lot too, so I don't know if I caught it from them. It was just a sore throat and a fever is all I had. So I don't think, who knows. Either way, I'm feeling a lot better now, but I'm still be careful about it. Yeah, final exams went fairly well. I got like a 93 on my marketing final and like a 90 on my management. What was it? I got a 70 or like a 67 on my statistics final, which doesn't sound too good because it isn't, but I passed the class, which is what I was really worried about. So I did pass it with a C plus, and I fucking bombed my accounting final by accident. So I guess I ended up not studying enough for it, and I only got a 260 out of 400, which is like a, oh, what is that? That's not even like a 70. It's like a 60 something, but either way, I still ended up passing that class with a B, which is what I was worried about. So, but yeah, I ended up having two classes that were like a single point away from being the next letter grade. So like my marketing class, I was like a single point away from like having a B plus instead of a B, and then for my management class, I was like a single point away from having an A instead of a B. So that kind of stunk. But honestly, it's not too terrible. I can just, it doesn't really hurt my GPA. It just was a little annoying with all because I did all that studying and I did good in both those classes, but just, missed easy points here and there, and I missed a little bit too many of them, I guess. So that sucked. Oh well, get better next semester or something. Ah, damn, I gotta make need to make more shulker boxes or something. We'll have to check on the farms today and all that too. But for now, we're just focusing on getting all the knowledge. But yeah, I'm just taking a whole 2 weeks off of classes, and then I have to start my summer semester. So I will be streaming a lot during the first half of my summer semester, but the second half, when I have my actual classes that are going to be hard, I probably won't stream quite as much, or at least for as long of a period of time, because those two are very hard classes, and I got to make sure I study for them a lot to pass with at least a B. Otherwise, it doesn't actually count. So yeah, I have to try a lot harder. But that's like a whole. I got all of June to think about that, like all May and June. So I don't have to worry about that for a while. But I pretty much have both those classes for all of July and a little bit of August. So but once I'm done with those, since I actually have more time for my other classes, I don't think it'll be as. I'm sure I'll find out. But all we're doing here is we're just taking down this house and we're gonna put the pillars back up in a better way. Because basically we just want to make a quarter circle more or less. So we would have a point here where it would be a flat wall, and then over here would be the other flat wall, and we would just connect it back up in a lot better of a semicircle instead of a kind of half-assed one. Not really too big of a deal to take all this down. It is a little. That's all. Bro, it's pretty much back to normal now. I had to buy some cough drops and everything, so that sucked, but wasn't too terrible. It was just a bit of coughing is all. Yeah, hopefully we're just going to take it easier for today, and like I said, we're delaying the sphere until 1.19 comes out so I can go pick up because it's 75% of walking speed, and then combined with speed too, I'm actually going to be able to build the damn thing at a nice faster pace. And to be honest, it literally is worth it for me to just wait until it comes out. And that's how much I just don't want to build it without the sneak. It is legitimately more worth it for me to just wait till it comes out to even attempt it again. But seriously, I spent 2 weeks just doing those 50 layers, and I didn't really slack on it too much either, but it'll be alright, We gotta light all that. But we got our land cleared away here. Excuse me. We got enough of our land cleared away here, so we should be set to, I guess, just get to work on putting down. Say something like that. Now we need some cobble. Now there is a point where it is too big, so we're just away. It's gonna be hard figuring out the proportions. I'm not using anything. I'm around. Here we go. That should be a fair like. All we would do is go across. See, that's also where other issues arise because I don't know what the fuck to do there. So like the first one's easy enough to do, but I think the second one's gonna be a good bit harder. Wouldn't be too terrible in the end, but I still actually have to sit down and think about it a little bit. Might be easier to like make it wider by like 1. Oh, looks like that was the play. Alright, so that was the play. Was it just like instead of it being like 3 to start with, it was 4, and then that looks like that was the play. Good. Alright. All this is just to make sure it didn't really connect up to the fences at all, and looks like we succeeded on that. So we're good to just kind of start building upwards a little, and we'll actually we'll do a little something different here. I think. Go ahead and kind of dig some of this out. Don't want it to be really any taller than that in terms of the actual body of it. And of course, we will actually have like a window part. I'd have to say, probably about. There we go. And we know where that goes. I mean, we can have like another like wider window here. So don't have to. We can have our front door be there instead of maybe a little side door. But let's just get these walls built up first. And like I've said in the past, but again, it has been a while, so I'll just kind of basically, the whole like actual like walls and stuff are gonna be made out of like cobblestone or like stone bricks or something. We're just using this as a placeholder until I figure out what I like more. But the roof specifically is gonna be made out of like deep slate, like variants of like slabs and stairs and all that kind of stuff. It looks cooler, so we won't be worrying about that for a little while. So just something to keep in the back of my mind, building it. Same thing, it don't matter. Go ahead and make sure we got enough lighting. But yeah, I really did need that break for the past week because I've been tired and burnt out between like college and just actually having to do something 4/7. So it's been nice taking a break, and I'm gonna take an even longer one. Like I said, like the bus has already been scheduled, so that one's gonna happen. But this actually go down a layer. It'll be nice. I haven't been back home in like about 2 years now because I left at the end of 2020, started 2020. So that'll be nice to have just for a little bit. I won't be returning until May 16th, so there literally won't be any streams until then because I won't be at my computer and kind of don't want to. We're just using cobblestone for now. We'll get all this eventually swapped out later when it's time to do interior work for the rest of it. But it's nothing to really think. Here we go. A little bit more cobble. Oh, hey Jake, welcome back. Been a little bit. But either way, thanks for the raid. I'm not used to that sound, that caught me off guard, but welcome arrows. But yeah, it's been a little bit, huh? I also redid the whole shape here. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I did have a sore throat for a couple of days, which is why I wasn't streaming, even though I just finished exams not too long ago. But other than that, and it's gone now pretty much, so other than that, I've been doing great. I went ahead and redid the shape just now for this house because I didn't like it. So now it's a lot more like, oh, streamline's not the word. I guess it looks better. It's an actual like proper semicircle, so that's at least cool. So it's a lot better to work with here. Yeah. I'll back up to here, and I'll probably terraform the landscape around it a little bit more, just to kind of make it better, but getting good. Oh, a stacking raid farm, huh? I've only got like a basic one from like Logical Geek Boy and all that. I probably should build a stacking one at some point. Well, way down the line, I have a plan for like I'm gonna redesign a lot of the old like iron and choker fires and all that to be like pretty much all of their like hyper efficient like counterparts and all that, just because I can. That'll be cool. Oh yeah, Ian Axis 4 does have pretty damn good designs. Shoot, I think I did just the scaffolding farm that I built for the gunpowder was actually his design, so that's why I know of his name already because he did a really good job. I need to start getting. Let's see, do I still? Yeah, I still do have my. All right. Guardian farm, especially if it's one of his. Yeah, that'd be like really good. I gotta build a guardian farm for myself at some point. To be honest, I haven't quite done that yet, but it would be pretty cool. Oh, if you're playing on Bedrock, Silent Whisper's got like pretty good farm tutorials still, from what I can remember. They're not like crazy efficient or nothing, but they're like pretty simple and they do actually give like pretty solid rate. Always a good place to start, and then you can always expand out too. That is not supposed to go like that. What? Alright. I think if I stack it, there we go. That really make it sideways? Oh no, yeah, pretty much. I mean, they are really good, and I've been subbed to Silent for quite a while now. So just hell, I don't even play Bedrock that much anymore, but he's makes enough quality stuff, and if I ever need it for Bedrock, it's right there. So, but I'm only streaming for today because I'm going on a vacation. Well, I say vacation. I'm heading back to my hometown for about like 10 days straight. Hence, the title of this stream. Because wow, I'm back for a day and then I'm gone for a week, so that ought to be fun. I haven't been back home in like almost a year and a half by now. It'll be nice to things up a little bit. I'm hoping to at least get this done, hopefully, because I've been meaning to finish this up for a while. I haven't. Alright, let's get rid of the corner blocks and see if this actually looks good or not. I guess we'll get rid of this part too, just so I can see it a little bit better. I think it's at least a solid roof shape. Oh yeah, well, it's literally just my mom, so and she's gotten a lot better because she's actually been able to do a lot more stuff by herself, and she doesn't have to really like worry about me. But I wish that was like one block wider, so there'd be like a one block centered on it. I think if I trim it down, like one up there, it might help a little bit more. But I'm looking forward to it because I got a bunch of old friends there I haven't seen in a while, and I'm looking. That's pretty much the only reason why I'm heading back too. But yeah, it turns out buses are in fact a thing, and they are pretty cool. As in, I've got one. I'm taking a 4.5 hour, excuse me, not even 4.5, 5.5 hour bus ride back home. So I gotta prep for that. Oh, that's a lot better of a shape already. This was too steep, and there just wasn't enough space. Yeah, it's better. And we'll switched out some of the wood bark blocks, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it again. I'm there for about 10 days or so. Yeah, like mine's gonna be 5.5 hours, and then I have to take the same one back, so another 5.5. Which I mean, I don't think it'll be too terrible. Apparently, a lot of these buses have like actual like padded seating and all that kind of stuff now, so it ain't like school buses from high school or nothing anymore. They're an actual total pain in the ass to go on because they're just not doing my really. I guess I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to heading back. There's not really a lot to do there. It's just nice to go see my family again and all that kind of stuff. And then when I actually do come back, I'll start streaming a good bit more again. But I'm holding off on building the sphere for a while, as in until 1.19 comes out, because you already know I went Swift Sneak, and I really, really don't want to start like building it again without Swift Sneak, to be perfectly honest. So I'm just gonna wait until I can go find an ancient city because I'll build like another portal on like the roof and all that, and go out like I don't know like 8,000 blocks or whatever in the Nether, like 1,000 in the Nether and then 8,000 in the overworld by default. But so I want Swiss Sneak, damn it, it's really useful and it's going to be really really useful. So that way I don't have to I can get that thing done a lot quicker, and I might even be able to up to like 5 layers a day instead of just 3. That could be really useful. They're not too fun unless you got something to do where you can just sleep on them. But I'll try and avoid it. But at some point, I will inevitably like beef with it either on accident or on purpose. And I usually bring enough Ender Pros with me I can get away in a just by app. We're gonna try and avoid that at all costs. Oh well, sleeping in a chair is horrible. But well, I'm not taking a train anymore. But one of the trains that I was gonna take actually offered like a sleeping cabin. Yeah, I'll probably still be here. I'm planning on being here for like 3 or 4 hours or something, so you got plenty of time to come back if you'd like. But either way, thanks for joining again, Jake, and have a good meal. I gotta actually eat lunch myself later today. I haven't exactly had a lot of food yet, so I have to do that. I got some chicken sandwiches. So. I have got to get rid of all that stone. I'll need like a conduit, or I can just move my beacon over and just go make a spare one. But we've got the majority of this redone now, so not really too much more. It's just getting the roof in place. There's like a couple of things, some of the glass to be older for a little bit. Otherwise, it would be. I still do have all those other houses that need to be built though. Which I'm getting ready to do, it's just gonna take some time. And I'm actually going to put a lightning rod up here as well, because that should hopefully help keep stuff away from that forest I'm going to be building. Because I'm not trying to start a wildfire in here. That would kind of be silly and not very good. And we'll, we'll put in some slabs and stairs and all that for the roof. I'm just getting the shape of it done just to see how it. And again, as I said before, we're going to redo the whole roof to actually use like deep slate blocks and all that. So that way it won't be like here. It's going to be hard to really see anything because it's all going to be cobblestone for now, but it will get redone later. Take a while is all. But, it'll be worth it, so I'm not too worried about it. The roof curves pretty nicely now, so we just need to put in a couple of torches, make sure all this is lit up, and then we need to light up the inside. And then, honestly, good to go. Oh yeah, but Arrows, I don't know if you've, well, actually no, I don't think I've actually seen you around here before, but I'm building a village because I'm kind of ran out of farms to build for the time being that I thought were like necessary. Well, I still need to build like a gold farm, but I don't really care right now. But yeah, we're building a whole village on this island, and it's quite a big island at that. And this thing's gonna cover this whole damn thing, so it's gonna take quite a while. And I gotta actually light up some more stuff over there. Good God. But yeah, we've gotten a little bit of work done. You can see some of the layouts we already have that I'm gonna start working. And we actually need to see this shape really quickly. Let's see. Yep, that's a lot better of a shape compared to how it used to be. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna move villagers into here at some point too, but it's gonna be like 100 of them because it's a lot of space. Well, I need to actually be careful how many I move in here because I'm not trying to like tank my PC instantly because I also live like right down there, so I have to be a little careful. But creeper and oh damn, yo, let's go. That's quite a lot. Holy shit! Wow. I guess with it being nighttime, and also because so much of this is either lit up or far enough away, nothing can spawn. And again, since it's nighttime, it's a hell of a lot. Which is why I've built it so close to my base. Same with all of these, because they're pretty much always loaded. And all. In fact, we actually need to go check on these farms. I've been neglecting them for a little bit because I expanded their storage not too long. By expanded, I mean I gave them another. Yeah, we got a nice bit of gunpowder. Okay. How's the iron farm handle? Should be pretty good. I doubled their storage. I need to like quadruple it, honestly. We got a nice chunk of iron. We still got a whole double chest left to use. But these farms are so okay. I needed to clear out those poppies a while ago. And last one here being our shulker shell farm. See what we're doing. But I've been building a village just because I had nothing else. F3B. We got a guy in our minecart. We still have our backup shulkers incorrectly, so we don't. We got a couple of shulker shells. That's pretty good. And we should actually have a couple of spare inside of the, yeah, 25. Huh. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good on shells as well. And then, you know, we got our little sea pickle farm. I have that dock I needed to work on, but I kind of forgot to work on it, so oops. And then I need to cover all this up. I haven't actually, like, made any land connecting that properly. I have the dirt for it still, I just need to do it. But this used to be a peninsula, so it was just surrounded by water on three sides, and then there was actual, like, you know, there was an actual, like, land bridge that connected all the way back up to that continent. So I got rid of that completely and, you know, fenced all this off. And I'm taking a break from it for now, but I do have a Giga project I'll just show off really quickly because I tend to show it off whenever somebody new comes along. But I'm taking a break on it until 1.19 comes out because I need Swift Sneak because it's too damn big. But basically, I'm in the process of building a sphere that is 256 blocks tall. Um, and it's only 20% done, by the way. So we still have a very long way to go, which is why I need Swift Sneak because it's just taking too much time to do. I even like make Swiftness 1 potions for like 8 minutes a potion, and it still is taking forever. Because Swiftness 2 just does not last long enough to be worth it, so I just default to Swiftness 1. So it's just not worth it to do anything until Swift Sneak comes along properly, you know. But it took 170,000 like blocks to go ahead and like get started on that, and 85,000 of red terracotta, 85,000 of glass, all that kind of shit. And it was worth it. It's gonna be worth it because we're gonna be putting an actual like city in there for like the whole damn thing, which is like about, I want to say it was like 9 million blocks. It's like a like 8.75 million. But we got 9 million blocks of volume pretty much to work with in that sphere when it's done, so it's going to be really cool to actually start experimenting with different buildings. We're going to be making New York from scratch pretty much. That's just how big it's going to be. And also, I don't think I'll ever be bored with it considering there's so much I can do with it. But yeah, it's going to be pretty big. I'm looking forward to it. That'll be a nice challenge. Now we need to. I think it is okay to do. We do something like this. I think for these parts we can afford to use a and we'll probably get rid of the wood boards for some parts of these. Can't do it for all of we go ahead and let it overhang by one out here. We get our cobblestone put on the underside like that, and then go ahead and take away some. And I'm not too like stellar at building yet or nothing, so I'm kind of just figuring this stuff out as I go along. By the way, but that's all right. Everybody's got to start somewhere. There we go. It's like, well, we need to, you know, connect the undersides up with stairs, so we'll do that really quickly before I really say anything. I think it's at least solid. That. I think we do need to replace a little bit more wood than I. That's all right. Good deal, luck. Like that should be pretty fair. And then we just need to do it on the other part. I think that's a pretty good shape. You know, we'll look at it when it's actually all built in, and if I don't like it, we'll tweak it a little. I don't think it's too bad. So, and I got a cleric that sells Ender pearls. So I don't care about wasting them or nothing because there is no real way to waste them. That's good. Yeah, I ended up changing something somewhere. Something's different on this side compared to that one, and I like the one on the right a little bit more. So we're gonna up a little bit. I think it's just something to do with whatever. Because those were still stairs. I ended up having these cobblestone. Then we actually had our stairs here at the top. There we go. I think that should have fixed it. All right. And then it should just, yeah, that did. All right. So it should just be as simple as connecting everything up together and all that. As far as I can tell, it should just be that easy. Go ahead and get that fixed up there. Literally just, put in stairs everywhere. And eventually, too, we will be working on like detailing and whatnot. So I'll be using some like cobblestone, or not cobblestone, but walls and all that kind of stuff to help add some depth and all that properly. So it's not just like same. So we'll get that stuff figured out in time. But I won't. And then the whole top part's just gonna have like slabs going along. Here we go. I do something like that. I'll need to make some more stairs here soon. But yeah, give me a second. I gotta do something real quick. Take too long. And alright, I'm gonna actually go back and get it. I have a box literally full of like spare scaffolding and everything, and I just don't use it. Even though I own it and I have like plenty of it, and it would be really useful right now, in fact. I just don't seem to be bothered to pick the damn thing up. Here we go. Wow, how hard was that? We'll have to reach into the fireworks box a little later too and go. I don't really have too many extra. Well, not on hand at least, so I can dip in. There we go. Do something like that for now. And we'll go ahead and trim up the edges now that we don't actually do shit everywhere. Already, we got some more cobble. Don't have enough. We don't have enough stairs though. So we're gonna make stairs. And we're gonna look in our cobblestone boxes and see if we got any. And the answer is no. Oh, just kidding. I lied. There we go. We got a nice hefty amount of cobblestone to get the rest of this done. And again, we'll be retexturing kind of stuff. It seems like a pigman dropped through, so we better go quick. Take too long. Use it with. I got smite 5 on this, so I can just hit him without actually having to get a critical. It's pretty useful. Like we got another sunset. Working on this for a lot longer than I should have, to be honest. I ended up being indecisive about what I wanted to do, and then it looked ugly, so then I actually had to change it. That's alright. Okay. And then all we're gonna do is just follow this thing around the and pretty much call it done with the roof, honestly. We'll add in some of the like last, just kind of as a temporary thing. We'll probably like turn some of it into pane. Like some of it's gonna be blocks, but mainly the windows on these sides are gonna be panes, and the actual like other part is gonna be blocks. So that's not good. And we'll go ahead and get here. I can actually afford to wear my elytra a lot more because, you know, there ain't nothing that can spawn in here that can kill me. Like, this whole island is completely spawn proof to as far as I'm aware, so I literally have nothing to worry. As in, the only thing I am normally worried about are like creepers, because nothing else can do enough damage to like pop a totem with just my elytra. Then obviously I have like the rest of my gear on. So, but if a totem ever does get popped, I got 2 spare ones, and then I, can just switch out my chest plate in time and all. But these should be slabs. Yep. So our roof is done. Again, we will be switching these out with the deep slate variants of blocks later down the line, but it is not later down the line. We have phantoms? Thought I saw something flying up there. I don't think we have phantoms. But yeah, I guess just let's probably pop on up there again quickly and just maybe put in a couple of torches just to light things up a little bit. Not that I need to, but it will kind of make my house. So oh god, don't need to do nothing crazy. And then we'll just go ahead and repeat. I like looking at this place at like during the nighttime a lot cooler at night. Why I try to light everything up by like an unholy amount. There we go. And one last little thing, because I changed the other side, it turns out it's better. I'm gonna pop on back up here. Just gonna go ahead and read. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we've done for today. With which, adding our windows and all that stuff. Like, let's just take a quick little peek. That's a lot cleaner of a shape, and you can actually see, like, where all the roof is properly. It is all cobblestone. That was a good decision to actually rework the whole damn thing. Definitely was not an easy decision, but it didn't take too long. The result is definitely worth it. Sick. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and just pop on up just a little bit more. Now we got some hostile mobs here and there. Nothing to really worry about. There we go. That's a nice looking building. And then we put in our glass there and we're all good to go. Perfect. We'll probably switch just a tiny little bit of stuff out with wooden logs, just so that way I can have some more support in here. As in, namely, we'll do something like this. And then these would just be glass blocks, so that's all we'd really have to do. But yeah, it's looking great, so pretty happy with it. I don't have any complaints really. It is incredibly bland right now, and I get that, but not gonna worry about it too much. I got plenty of other time about that. I do right. We got our cobblestone blocks here. We need to put back some scaffolding for a little bit. Is what we're gonna do is we're gonna have glass up to this wood, and then anything that's above it is gonna be cobblestone wall. So hopefully we get just that little bit of added depth that we need at the roof part, so it doesn't look like too flat or barren. So we'll go ahead and dip back into my base really quickly to go grab some glass paint, since we don't need a whole bunch of them. Oh, we got a tree farm down there, by the way. There we go. We got plenty of them. But yeah, extra storage, and then our underground tree farm that grows one tree, because that's pretty much all I need at a time. I will be growing a forest up here, but it's like for decoration, and I don't want to have to keep cutting it down because you grow like mega taiga trees, they make podzol, and I don't like podzol, so and you kind of have to replace it by hand actually. So I don't want to do that. One other thing I have not actually been able to consider yet is we need a staircase to actually connect these floors up properly. So we're gonna have to do that here. But we'll go ahead and use our glass panes up on this part. Should look pretty good. Because they're even thinner than the walls, it should give us even more depth to work. Pretty nice. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then down below, on that spot we've already picked out, we'll go ahead and put in our glass blocks for that. And then we just need to, we'll just go ahead and take some of this stuff out. And then if we just put a slab here, probably be. I think something like this should be like pretty reasonable because we can't obviously break nothing. I think this is a reasonable enough staircase because we are going to be putting actual like villagers in here, which was kind of the point of designing this place. It's got to be designed in a way that like a villager could like comfortably like walk in itself or getting stuck somewhere or anything like that. And that has been pretty damn. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of seal off some of this since they don't actually need anything. Now I don't have to light it up considering there's no way for anything to spawn up here since they're all upside down. Not top slabs, they're bottom slabs. I ran out of slabs. Okay, cool. Excuse me. I got that sore throat, like I said, so pretty much gone by now. I just got a little bit of a cough here and there. There we go. We got our spares already. And we'll just go ahead, get some of this put into place. And there we go. So they got 2 floors of space to work with comfortable windows and all that. And we just have our little bit of glass blocks that need to go in. There we go. Get a nice little view of actual stuff, and then the ominous shelter farm to the left. It doesn't really look horrible, so I don't mind it. And we need to do one other thing, and it's figure out what do we want to do with this. I think if I built like a staircase that was 4 blocks wide, it'd be like 2 wide, you know. We'll give it a shot, but I don't know if that's gonna work out the way I want it to. No, that's fine. We can do a little bit of stuff. Oh, I forgot about that. Oops. Oh wow. Yeah, so this is a, well, in case you haven't already figured it out, but it should be pretty damn obvious considering. But, yeah, artificial beach. This is where all this is. And I still have yet to, actually connect all this dirt up like I was supposed to. So it's still technically under construction. But, we'll probably build the dock after we're done with this house, just so that way I have that back so I can actually back up here without, having to use a firework. And the reason we're doing this, by the way, is because we're going to be putting in fences to keep them from like walking off, and it'll do so. Or at least I think it'd look good. We'll figure it out. If it don't, we'll just won't take too long. Got our wood stick, and we'll use our cobblestone here as filler. There we go. And then we just go ahead and pop into here really quickly and grab our first fence. I think we should actually press that one more. Here, hang on a moment. Yeah, give me a moment here. Need something. There we go. Then all I should have to do is just connect these parts up. There we go, that should be good. So now they don't actually have a way where they can like, because technically what they could do if they were just particularly like a pain in the ass that day, they could like walk along like one of these edges like this, and then they would have been able to go around, maybe hurt themselves and eventually kill themselves, which we don't want. So that's why we're gonna go ahead and just kind of seal this off here and have it look cool. We'll get rid of the torch spam eventually, by the way, across the whole island. It just needs to be here for now to make sure that, spawns. That's kind of a big deal if something spawns while there's village. That shit. But we're pretty good, so all we'd have to do is redo the flooring. Excuse me. We just need to redo the flooring and we'll keep the exact shape of the roof. We just like if there's a stair block, we just replace it with like a deep slate tile stair. If there's a slab, we would just replace it with a slab, and then we'll mix in different variants so it's all like textured as well because the shape is good. All we need to do is just put in like different textures of them, and then we're good on that. And then there's enough depth between the walls and the windows and like the curvatures. And we might do like a couple of things here and there in some of these other parts, but otherwise, damn thing's pretty much done. All right, like I got nothing to really say about it because it looks nice, or at least I think it looks nice. And you can't even say nothing if it looks bad because, well, not like I have to change it or nothing. Although, if you do ever make like a good suggestion or just a suggestion that I at least like, please, feel free to say something at least because, at least good to hear other people's thoughts on this kind of stuff. Of course, you're never obligated to or nothing. It's just nice to hear something every now and then about it. It does promote good feedback, and then I can make things look even better. But it looks like we're good here for now. I don't really have any complaints with nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of pack away all of our stuff. Oh, this actually needs to Oh, we can actually send this out into a balcony or something. Not like a balcony, but it just can't be so like bare. It's too bare. There we go. We just take a little bit extra of that. And we'll go ahead and get our fences back. There we go. Now we're actually should be a little better. I have no sticks on me. Torches. A lot of coal I need to probably put away since I can't even use it right now. Again, we'll get the floor redone and all that, but otherwise I think we're set, you know. I don't have any other complaints. Nothing to really say. Because it looks good. Like we got our other staircase in place, you know, everything looks good. Shape of it is a lot better. And once we get our, you know, roof completely redone and all that, we should be good to go. So yeah, I mean, hey, it was a good decision to kind of rework that whole thing. We need to start bringing some of this back to put away. And another thing too, a lot of these boxes need to be resorted. So what I think I'll have is I'm gonna have a dedicated like chest in my storage area to have boxes that need to be sorted. So we'll get figured out. A lot of them are fine. There's just only like 2 or 3 that need to be. So like this one's good. That one that's all cobblestone is good. The scaffolding one is good. It's just our other wood one. These needs to be redone. This needs to be redone. This one is. This needs to be redone. Oh damn! I had a bunch of spare. This oops. No. Reorganize. Oh. Oh, that one. I'm going to reorganize. We'll reorganize the tiny bits too later. Let's go pick up our ender chest and actually go to bed. Because I don't want to deal with phantoms. Wait, right? Pick the crafting table back and be good to go. I'm gonna expand storage on the gunpowder farm, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get some fast numbers back again. Just because. Make sure we actually keep enough. We'll be in our redstone box. Got a couple of minecart with hoppers, but those can stay. Yeah. We have no extra hoppers, so we need to make some. Inside of this one, we should, yeah. This is spoils from that tree farms. I think we got it. These two need to be reorganized. There we go. We should have a spare box of iron. It is definitely up above, for sure. And the other part that I was working at, those, oh, unless I actually did put those away. And all we're focusing on for now is getting the main, like, structures in place, but we will be, like, fully detailing, like, everything. So nothing's gonna be looking like these are purposefully like white concrete because they're supposed to be like a lot more like city buildings and all that shit, but we will have some kind of like greenery and like hanging garden like pieces to like kind of help like liven the place up a bit. This place is supposed to be a little bleak and boring. That place was not, which again is why we're going to be switching out all the ceiling bit at some point in the near future. And as we start working on like the inside of here, we're having our farmers, so they're gonna live in a lot more of a hobbit hole kind of thing. We got beach cottages. Um, I got enough wood and I got poppers. We'll make the but should be up here actually. We've got a we got a cut through point that I made. I needed to fill that back up and I never. Oh well. That was when I put in water to do some concrete stuff, but we got a cut through point here that leads to the other side of this island instead of having to go all the way around. But this part here is built for the because we're gonna have like a mountain village like baked into the side of this mountain. And you can see we've already got the groundwork laid out for all the walkways and all that, which is what all this stone is, and then these represent the fences that are gonna inevitably go on. But then we're gonna have like an entirely new fishing village, kind of like out in this part of the ocean because it's a nicer part, or maybe somewhere out by there as well if needed. And there is some empty space between the lighthouse and this mountain that I need to fix. And I've thought, well, I kind of want something cool. So I thought of flying airship at first, which was also a good idea still. But we're gonna put floating islands. Wow, how original! But we're gonna put floating islands kind of floating inside of some of this negative space. I'll show it off, but we'll have like kind of a nice ring of floating islands kind of around this back side of the mountain, kind of like a little bit above that, and it should look pretty dope. I'm looking forward to it. But first things first for now, we're going to go ahead and make a nice chunk of. Let's go ahead and do that. Since we already got the hoppers, we don't really have to do too much more than that. Yeah, they should all start pouring out over here. Here we go, we gone ahead and doubled our storage yet again. We got so much damn gunpowder and string everywhere, we kinda have to. That's a great problem to have, honestly, because I used to be so short on this stuff for a long time. I never will be. Gunpowder was a total pain in the ass to get a hold of before I built that farm, and now it's like no big deal. I used to use the raid farm that I built for it, but and that would require me going there constantly and actually doing stuff for it, and I just simply did not want to. Now I don't have to, so it's pretty dope. Here, we'll go ahead and pop back up on the surface for just a little bit. And you might notice we get some bones and arrows here and there. That's because, we got spider jockeys that spawn. They're fairly inconsistent, and they're literally not an issue when they do spawn. It's a little bit of a waste product is all. I already have a wither skeleton farm, and then arrows are just, well, arrows. So, and I don't get enough of them. I'm trying to keep them. I mean, that is an absolutely massive amount of powder for what it's. Jesus. There we go. So we got that storage expanded out, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of expand out the iron farm storage by quite a nice amount as well. That needs to happen too, because it tends to fill up pretty damn quickly nowadays. It's gonna have to get redone. In fact, we actually need to probably go get the glass box back, like, because I want to actually have like a nicer walkway underneath. So we need some of the glass, and we have the wood, but we need to go get the iron. So we'll go pick up our spare shulker box of iron, and then we'll stuff away. I'll probably go like burn some of the pot. No, I don't even need to burn them. I'll probably just go like make type of shulker shell farm. Here it is. These are gonna have to be resorted at some point as well, but it's not really too big of a deal. Yeah. Yeah, I should be able to come up to here pretty much. Just, you know, just take some glass, and we'll pick the box up later. I know where it is. Don't matter. But yeah, we just need to work our way over to the underside shed. There we go, something like that should do. We'll have to make more hoppers and chests as well. I want this to extend down by like quite a nice bit. Oh shoot. Yeah, I've still got quite a hefty amount to make, so I guess we'll go ahead and just make a absolute fuck ton of chests here and hoppers, so we'll get to work on that. Here's that shulker box. We can put away our glass since we don't really need it anymore. There we go. We'll kind of make the hoppers as we go along. We won't really worry too much about it for now. I'd say that's probably enough, so we'll just go ahead and make oh yeah, duh. Oh, how many hoppers we want to make? Oh, 10's probably enough, right? 10 hoppers should be fine. Much to worry about. There we go. I might even overdo it. That's alright. We'll go ahead and take some of our glass just for now. Need a little bit extra. That's pretty good. Then we just need to make a little bit more. Alright, I've been talking a whole bunch right now. I'm just trying to get this done real quick so that way I can... Oh, last hopper, and we're all good. So we have a little bit of extra storage for the iron farm, a little bit more for the gunpowder farm. Shulker Shell farm does not need it. I already gave it another double chest a while ago, and it's, you know, never gonna realistically overflow because that thing's not meant to produce like a whole bunch all at once. Just meant to just kind of run peacefully in the background, and then, you know, when they need it the most, and all of a sudden there's like 18 billion stacks. So we shouldn't have to dip into it for a while. I should also mention as well, this dock is just for me, so none of the actual villagers are ever gonna get to use this thing, and that's kind of the point. It's just so I don't have to keep like going over to here or something. There we go. We need back and grab that cobble again, and some new slabs. There we go. Do something like that. And we'll, you know, we'll add in the fences and all that. This definitely needs to be down more by like 1 block. Can I get away with it? Not we haven't go down that. Oh, I think I can. What I can do is about here, right? We go ahead and get rid of this line. We replace it with stairs. And then we actually come under here with our slabs so they dip into the water. And we can go ahead and get rid of this part. Kind of goofed a little bit. We went. Okay, well that's literally a slab. I went. There we go. Now, the reason I'm doing this specifically is because you can park a boat on like this kind of shit here, and it's going to be very useful when I need to import village. Because this will be like a very, very good point to do that. Like, so for right now, we need to add in fences, and all this is lit up properly as well. So let's go ahead and head back actually and get our fences really quickly out of that wood box and all that. Shouldn't be too hard. There we go. We got some of these. We got some more logs, just things. But we should be pretty much good here. And you already know what I'm gonna do. We're just going to kind of pillar this down, like as far down as it. The perfect amount. And then we're going to kind of connect up these bits with like some cobblestone bits and pieces so it doesn't look so blank. And we'll just kind of go ahead and here we go. Nothing too complex, just needed a little basic thing. Do the same. And then this also makes it so there's nothing weird that could happen here. And then we go ahead and press these. Go ahead and match these up. Knock these off. Here we go. It should be. This definitely should be reworked at some point to. I need to figure something out a little bit nicer, but it's not terrible for now. I think we can push back the beach just by like 1 block so it would actually like something like that. Just cut away just a tiny. There we go. I think that's like a lot better, right? Too much worse. Certainly can't be worse, but then you know we would connect up our ground down there and all. But yeah, last little bit for now, and then I'm gonna go. I'll be back like a little bit later tonight, I guess. Well, that kind of depends, honestly. I'd just do something like that. So nothing can actually get into here unless you know these gates are open. Point. And then we're just gonna go. It's thundering now. Oh, I can still get in and out of here just fine if we were to put a boat down, which is actually a little difficult. But no. Oh, you're welcome for the background noise. I mean, it's not really too bad, honestly. I know I just kind of talk to myself a lot, so I'm not sure if that ever really gets. It is always good to have something running in the back with college work, because believe me, I know. I actually just got done with college for this semester, so I'm just taking it your way. Appreciated at least. But it's actually I'm getting ready to wrap it up for today because I got other stuff I need to do for a little bit. So, but I'll come back to it a little bit later. Imagine getting done with break, or imagine getting the semester couldn't I just finished. But then again, it took a hell of a lot of time to do. Still got like a year and a half. I'm getting closer. By the sounds of it, you are too. So that's pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty much just keep chugging along at it until you get it done, and like you've already said too, like at least having some kind of background noise. I mean, I personally listen to music a lot more with it, but just having some kind of background ambient usually does help. Zone out a little bit. Just, it's pretty nice sometimes. Sometimes it's absolutely boring, but as long as it gets done in my eyes, it's fine. Spaghetti. Imagine eating spaghetti. But yeah, welcome back, Jake. We just got done with the dock that I worked on a little bit. It's nothing too like amazing, but it's gonna be the entry point where I'm gonna be bringing in villagers to start populating this. I just needed a little upgraded the storage for the iron farm, the gunpowder farm. I finished this up pretty damn nicely. Actually working on that curve a lot better made this thing look hell of a lot nicer. I mean, we're gonna switch out the roof to be like deep slate at some point, just not today. And then we got the windows and the cobblestone walls up there in the back for some added depth because these are panes. Then we got a little like patio area. We got another little window here. We got this so they don't kill themselves because it's quite a large staircase. I needed a little something extra. And then it would chain out to this forest here that take up a nice chunk of this part, so it'd be pretty cool. And I'm pretty content with it. And you can actually like I can crouch through here, but they can't. So it's actually like a perfect one-way thing. So even if they're out of the boat, they won't actually be able to leave here unless like I purposely like break something like that. But yeah, you can go ahead and like put a boat here. You can drive it through. Seal up the gates. And then if I wanted to bring something in, I would literally just have to drive it in, and then break the boat, and then they're in. Oh yeah, because it's the beacons, all of them, all 6 of them. Yeah, because I built that wither skeleton. Oh, did I ever show that off to you? I don't remember if I did or not, but I have that wither skeleton farm, so getting beacons is not too much of an issue anymore. And I think it has been for like a while, but yeah, just because I'm still in a hardcore world, so I'm pretty much always have these active unless. Oh, you never did? Ah, shoot. Well, I guess I'll show that off real quick. It won't take more than like 2 minutes, but I'm planning on taking some more actually to kind of rework some of these other parts that need a lot of terraforming. So I'll have to go make more. But that, and in tandem with the iron farm means I can have like beacons literally anywhere I want. So it's honestly been pretty nice. But it's been really good. I don't have to really worry about dying or nothing. So pretty much haven't had anything to worry about for a very long time by now. But down below is, the ice boat highway. I think I've shown that off before because I have one that goes to the end, and I've got one that goes to the world spawn where that mesa is. But here's another fortress. The portal we're at now actually was the first portal I activated, and it was just conveniently at another fortress. Like that was a really lucky break to have, honestly. And it was in a Soul Sand Valley to boot, so it wouldn't even like it was even better considering these are supposed to be like the best ones between this and the Warp Forest for an easier to make Wither Skeleton farm. You can hear all the blazes to my right because we're actually by the farm. So, you know, Wither Skeleton gets mad at the pigmen. Eventually they figure out they're supposed to go over there, and then they do go over there. The blazes killed themselves on cacti trying to escape, and any zombie pigman that spawns gets attracted towards the turtle leg, and they try and stomp it, and then they kill themselves trying to stomp it. And, yeah, it's pretty good. So it's really nothing too hard or anything. You know, we got some glass out here. This is a whole mess, but it, you know, it's fine. It's not really too big of a deal. I need to rework this door at some point. I just haven't had a need to. But yeah, here they are. Fix up my pickaxe just a slight little bit. You can see we already got one. That was a pretty good swing then. Normally that's a bit of a pain in the ass to grind for, but it is not the Nembon design. Actually, this is either Ian Axophores or it was a Logical Geek Boy design, I'm fairly sure. It was one of the two, but it might have been Ian Axophores. Actually, I should still have it. Give me a minute here. I should still have it saved because I save I have a playlist on my YouTube channel. It's private because I save a bunch of dumb shit to it too. But I should still anytime like I find like a farm that I actually do plan on using, I end up like saving it on a playlist so I can actually like bookmark it for later, and you know that way I know where to get the YouTube tutorial link for anybody who wants it. Or I always do try and at least credit the people you know that I take the farms from. I do make it pretty clear that I don't like actually make any of this shit, but yeah, it's not the Ian Axophore one because you know that one actually would require like well, it's some other stuff, but yeah, it's the Logical Boy one here. Give me a moment. Although Ian Axophore's one is another one that I have bookmarked in here because I was planning on building that one, but here's the one by Logical Geek Boy. This is the one that I personally use right now. It's pretty solid. I was gonna again use Ian's, but I just honestly didn't really want to this time around, so you know. But it works. It works for what it's worth. I mean, you know, we got a nice number of Wither Skulls already. Hell, we've already got enough for another beacon, but I think some of these were left over, so take that with a grain of salt. But it does definitely work. I've actually got like I think another like 15 skulls like in reserves or something, so it's quite good. Well, these are just the 6 beacons at my base. I have another like 2 or 3 out in the mesa, and then like you know we've got quite enough other ones as well. So I do have like spare beacons pretty much everywhere that I need them, which it was just the mesa honestly to go mine that terracotta. I guess I'll go show off the mesa just really quickly, just because I know that you know. But I ended up like carving through like an entire like you know Badlands and Mesa just for red terracotta, so it was quite interesting to look at actually, because it looks extremely unnatural. Like I went clean through it, and it's probably like 100 blocks, 200 blocks thick, and it's just anything that had red terracotta in it does not have it anymore. And there's a lot of empty space in there, believe me. So again, I needed 85,000 blocks of terracotta or red terracotta, but mostly red terracotta was what I got, and then I dyed the rest of it red with you know poppies. But most of it was naturally generated red terracotta. Not that it matters; it just made my life a little bit easier. But we got you know end portal over there, raid farm over there, which is where the how did we get here achievement is going to happen because there's also you know, the raid farm, obviously. There is the ocean monument that's out there too, where I saved an Elder Guardian just to make sure that I could still mining fatigue. And then we'll build the machine that there's like already a tutorial for, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube. So we'll get that ready too. To my right is the trading hall over there, and this leads all the way out to the world spawn mesa. Because this is actually where I spawned for the first time in this world. It was fucking horrible. Worst possible spawn I think I've ever had in a long time. It was in the middle of a desert. I did not know there was a village nearby, and you know, then I ended up going through a mesa with pretty much no wood. I found an azalea tree once, which ended up saving me a lot. I forgot that oak trees grow at the very top of the Badlands, so that didn't help because I didn't know about it. Oh, that certainly would have been helpful. Not too big a deal. That's all in the past. Should be out this way, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we got villager outpost there and all that. Oh yeah, that was the other thing too, because I did actually use like mine shafts, because this was the actual ravine. I think I ended up like pretty much spawning in more or less. That's how I knew where to get some dripstone. But you can actually see some of like the very first things I ended up going for. Like I got some coal, and then there's gold there, but I ended up going there for some coal. There's some light down there because I ended up finding a cave down there at the bottom to get my first bits of iron and all. None of that footage exists anymore, unfortunately, because it was parts 1 through 6, and I just wasn't saving VODs until like part 7 was when I started. I just didn't really think it was important, but unfortunately, I'm a fool. But yeah, this was the first mesa. This is the only mesa I've found. Actually, no, there was a second one I know of, but this was the first spot where I went to mine red terracotta. This is where the first beacon beam was. I ran out of, and it was a 4-tier beacon with haste 2 on it, by the way. I ran out of range, so I like literally ran out of range here. So I just like relocated the beacon somewhere else, and this was all red terracotta. Excuse me, but this was all red terracotta. It is now no longer red terracotta because it's all gone. Here's the second one that I spawned into. I ended up like using these a lot more. Like I would like run in and out of the beacon range to use my haste 2 a lot more, which is I could without having to move it. So that's where the second beacon part went. I started mining normal terracotta near the very end, but I ended up dipping down even more to mine like a second layer of red terracotta. So that's why this is here as well. And then if we go ahead and pop back up here, I have, more normal and red terracotta is what I mined up here. But it's a lot. I mined a very serious amount of this stuff because I just really needed it. Again, I had to get 85,000 blocks, and that's not even like the place we were just at with the nether portal. That was the desert that I was using for like all the sand as well. And that thing is like 3 blocks flatter for like a very large chunk. Oh yeah, this was all either normal or I'm guessing it was red because you see the band of like terracotta. So this must have most likely been like red or normal. Probably red for some extent. But I started getting really lazy and I really just needed terracotta in my hands that I could die. So, but there's our spare beacon, and you notice we actually got 2. We've actually got a speed 2 and a haste 2 beacon, and then all the iron to match it down there. But this is what I meant when I say that I cleaned through like an entire mesa, because it's all empty the whole way through of just normal or red terracotta, and it's kind of nutty. In fact, it's so nutty, we're gonna take a little flight through it. Assuming I don't kill myself by accident, but it seems like I'm fine. There we go. Yeah, it's a serious amount of distance, but it's pretty cool. We also got a cave spider farm. I think I just built like right about down in there or so. I have to make a pillar for it at some point. I know where, but pretty cool. Yeah, thanks. I somehow didn't hit anything that time, but I'm getting a little better at it for what it's worth now that I can actually use fireworks without like any. Certainly not trying to waste a totem and then somehow almost waste my life by accident. So that's why I'm trying to be careful. But I think it's down. Yeah, here it is in this little spot right here. And I'll build out a small little pillar of that red terracotta that I have left over. But I built a very shitty cave spider farm for just some string and some spider eyes when I was working on the bamboo farm. It's pretty cool. Oh, how'd you pop it, man? Like, I mean, at least you got the post-mortal achievement, I guess, but I kind of did the same thing in terms of just popping in a dumbass way. Scaffolding. I was in my base when I popped my first one, and it's the only one I've popped so far. But I was in my base, and I flew up 400 blocks in the air with like an elytra, and I switched it out with my chest plate and all that when I was at the peak. And I thought, surely there's no way this would kill me, right? Because I had resistance too, and like regeneration and all that stuff, and I had like all my gear on. It would have killed me. Had I not been holding a totem, I would have died, and it would have just been trying to flex. So that, not good. At least you would have died to an accident. I absolutely would have died on purpose, but yeah, pretty shitty cave spider farm. For what it's worth, it does work. Keeps me pretty safe. All their drops get funneled by a water stream into here. So for what it's worth, it's actually like pretty solid. But I don't really need it anymore because I only needed it for the string, and well, I get string now from the gunpowder farm, so it literally doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, another 2 spare beacons. So I think there's only 8 in this world so far, but I have the resources in place to make like I think another 6 by now. I'll have to go poke around in some of my old like shulker boxes. I'm pretty sure I still have them laying around in a valuables box, but it's quite a nice surplus. We got our another portal there. Here's the desert I've been using for a very long time. You can see that I've been using it for a very long time because this thing is flat and like unnet. And also, this is all sandstone. This used to have sand on it, all gone. Got rid of all of it, trying to like just get as much sand as possible. Hell, I even started branching into another like part of the deserts, like out in some of other directions. I just got bored of this spot where I pretty much got like 30 to 40 boxes of sand. So it was quite an undertaking. It was about a 400 block fall, yeah, more or less. I think I was at elytra speed too, and not like terminal velocity, so I was going like faster than that, and then that, hurts a little bit more. I think that hurts a little bit more, but yeah, I killed myself, I almost killed myself had it not been for the totem, because I fell so fucking fast and from so high up just trying to flex. I absolutely had no need to do that, I just wanted to flex that I could. Because I didn't think it would pop my totem, and no, it almost did, or it did pop my totem, and that would have killed me, but yeah, I fell from way too high trying to prove, like, a point that didn't need to be proven, so don't do that. And I'm not going to do that with a warden, like, trying to prove a point that doesn't need to be proven, because I don't even know if I'll have enough time to shuffle to another totem, because that thing, like, is pretty fast with its hits, so I'm not going to be chancing anything with that. And that's pretty much going to be the only other thing I think I take really seriously in this world is like dealing with the warden so I can go get my Swift Sneak. Because I'm not working on the sphere until I get Swift Sneak. Because I'm sick of it. I just don't want to keep working on it without Swift Sneak because it's such a nice enchantment to help me out. But I kind of have to at that point. But, it'll be worth it when that comes. It'll be fun to explore. I think at some point I'm gonna be continuing this ladder up because I need to get ready to go break bedrock at some point. Considering I actually can make TNT now, I might as well at least try it again because I haven't done it in a long time. But not too hard. There's the machine for it. You just need to like click pretty quickly. Yeah, like as long as like because he is so much of a threat and you don't like yeah, you get a skull catalyst for killing him nowadays, but like that, like they've already said that's for renewability, and if I really just want a skull catalyst, I'll just go out and get one from like, the ancient city or like the other parts of the deep dark or whatever, but good for renewability, but nothing else really. But it's not worth fighting him, honestly, so that's why I'm just not even gonna bother. I might one time, like singular, like one time, but even then, that's really pushing it because there's not an incentive to, and that's kind of the point, is to not really want to fight it because there's no incentive. Oh yeah, there's our wither skulls. Oh, we got 15. So I can make an extra 5 beacons, so that's pretty cool. Oh, once I kill them, that is, but we've already got the thing set up in the end underneath the bedrock portal in the end dimension, so you can just suffocate to death, and I beat him to death while completely safely. So, nothing to worry about. But yeah, infinite beacons, pretty goated. Uh, yeah, this ended up coming out a lot nicer because I actually like moved the post better and all that, and just completely tore it down and redid it with the actual curvature in mind, and this looks a hell of a lot nicer. So it was a good idea. I just needed to like take it down and actually make the curve like a much more normal like a quarter circle, and it worked out great. So hey, I mean, yeah, we're just going to switch out the roof with deep slate later, but not today, just later in general. But we still got a little second story up in there. We got this out, put a little patio part or whatever. We still got a second story they can come up into or whatever, and it's all good. And it looks nice, so I'm pretty happy with it. So I think this building's pretty much done for the time being. So next time I can go work on the farming stuff in there, and I need to actually go take some of the shulker show. I need to do a couple of things honestly, because I've been kind of neglecting stuff. Like I need to go check on the iron farm and see if all this stuff actually funneled correctly, or deal is over here. I just went ahead and expanded the storage. Damn, it's still pouring in, huh? Yep, it's still pouring in by quite a lot. Ah, I found it. Damn, okay, seriously. That is a lot of stuff. Wow. Well, I guess I can always move it manually to the bottom chest, but it's not too big of a deal. Honestly, I just needed more bulk storage because I don't want to have to like keep like taking all this stuff out constantly, day in and day out. But there should be quite a nice surplus in the fission chamber as well. And if there's a lot in the fission chamber, there's a lot in the actual like production part. Like enough shulkers in the fission chamber there died, so we got 27 shells and something that we really shouldn't be getting shells from, and that's already a great sign. I think last time we stopped in here actually was like at the start of the stream when there was what was it? Like 5 stacks of shells, and I already have like 8 back in my house, so I got about 12 to 13 by now. I think I'm miscounting a little. Yeah, nice amount of shells. We actually just got another one, but either way, we got a nice couple of shells. I don't think I'm gonna run out of boxes for a little while. It should just hold me over for another day or two because I clearly go through so many shulker boxes at any given moment. I mean, this shit is like peasant food now. You can't even like hold me over for it. But nah, for real, I seriously am not ever gonna be able to use all these for anything. Hell, even if every farm I make from here on out has like a shulker box loader and unloader, I'm still gonna have too much of a damn server. Like, look at this shit. What the fuck? Like, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stacks. Like, I can't, like, spend all of them. That is the dream, yeah, because that's a great problem to have, is that you can't spend all your money or some shit, which, fuck yeah, I'll take it, but absolutely a great problem to have. And I gotta reorganize all this stuff. Oh, I could do that right now, hell. Like, well, I guess technically not right now. I'd get 7 out of 16, but it would happen eventually. I'm still just, I need to re-dye some of these. I've been meaning to do that, but I've been putting it off a lot. I gotta make sure to do that. And I need to, start burning these poppies or something. Let's go ahead and actually redo this good update. I guess it was the one next. Yeah, you can already see like the nice little extra bit of curvature. And I kind of want to. Well, actually, this ain't really need to match up to the terrain. I think that's a nice. So we've gotten this part done here. We've gotten this part done. So we still have the whole beach cottages. We have an entire village to build out in about this part or this part of the ocean. We have an entire castle to do, so that's 3. We have all the farming villages, houses in here, so that's 4. Whole. Oh wait, shit! I forgot how to count 1. for 5 for the undersea part. This shit here with all the cards, it's barely nothing, so I don't even count that. That's 5. Um, yeah, so we have 5 other areas we need to work on, and then one of them is building a whole like thing from scratch. Oh, unironically though, that is a good goal to have, honestly. Like getting color coded like shulker box stuff in the your chest, because it helps. I don't know why I keep so much soul sand in here. But it does actually help to, make the most out of your ender chest space, to be fair. So hey, I gotta restock some stuff in here. I need more bottles of enchant. I'm taking some, but I keep a shulker box with me with a bunch of like spare like niche stuff that I might need, like a spare elytra, my different types of tools that I need. This needs to go. Spare coal, spare bow, bunch of spare food. These are for like my elytra and like in an absolute emergency, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. And then we got a potion. We actually got a portable potion making box because why the hell not? Except I don't have a cauldron in here, and I don't have like 2 buckets of water, so I can actually make it a resource problem. It's good for like the nether or the end or whatever if I ever need to make potions. Oh, and I need to put nether wart with soul sand in there too, so I could grow some absolute pinch. But I'm usually never in a pinch like that. But we got 5 other parts to build, and actually a 6th part that I've thought of like earlier today. Because what I was gonna do is, and you can see it here, we've got some empty space in between this lighthouse and this mountain. And I want it filled. I don't need it to be clustered or cramped, but I need something in the background to kind of like help pad this out. Oh, the cauldron wouldn't be just for aesthetic, because in the nether, you actually are gonna need it to make like water bottles and all that. So it really wouldn't be for aesthetic in the nether if I ever wanted to brew potions in there, but it pretty much would be for aesthetic in the end, though, at the very least. Like, definitely for the end, it'd be for aesthetic, but in the nether, it's actually, like, gonna be really useful just in case. And I can trade for water bottles with the piglins if, for gold and all that. But I'm planning on building, like, a small, like, I guess, like, ring or, like, a cluster of, like, we build, like, a small, like, patch of floating islands here. We probably ring it around so they kind of, like, peek over, like, the mountain a little bit. And then they come over to about here or so before they inevitably stop. And then we can probably get some villagers up in there. But it could be pretty cool. But I just need something to fill in this kind of like negative space because I was gonna put like an airship here, but I think having like a whole ass like floating silly city all on its own would be a lot better. Not silly, but that was silly. But either way, floating city, like on its own like set of floating islands all the way up around here, could be pretty sick. I think it'd be pretty cool. So that means we have 6 parts of the village left to build, including an entire floating one on an ocean, an entire set of islands to go with the actual whole other city, and then 4 other like smaller parts on the island. But this was a hell of a big project, and I still have a hell of a lot more to go. Oh, and the castle, so that actually makes 7 because I forgot to count. This whole thing needs to be redone at some point too. It's just empty for now, but it will get filled up with stuff later. We got some stuff already. But I just need some kind of like floating stuff to work with. You can see some of the spiders and just drop. Man, they're spawning quick. Holy hell, they're spawning quick. That was the water that time, but they do spawn pretty fast for what it's worth, honestly. Cool to be able to see them to spawn too. Although I might be a little bit too close, but that's alright. It runs in the background, that's its thing. Yeah, that's probably gonna honestly do it for today. In the near future, I want to light up a lot more of that land in the back there, just so I can make that farm a lot more efficient and make sure my base is absolutely safe. But it's pretty good. I don't really have on that. There's nothing left that can really kill me unless I like really fuck up. Like, and I mean, I'd have to like purposely like goof up like really. I just want these gone for a little bit so I can go take like a nice picture of stuff. because I got a cool base now and I'm proud of it. So we're gonna take a picture. Alrighty, I guess we're taking a picture of it here. Sure. Yeah, you can see that looks pretty damn cool. I like it. I think I need to extend that window up now that I'm actually here looking at it. I think it should go up probably. A pretty good view. Here, let me go ahead and try to save. And one more for the road, but with a small. But it's starting to come together pretty well, especially with like actually having a house in place. But the deep slate roof will make a huge difference, but that means I have to put in a deep slate roof. Okay, so oh yeah, you can't actually get up here. I don't ever like hearing that when I'm doing stuff that I can't immediately react to, so that's why I want to light up some more. But yeah, having a deep slate roof will help this out a lot when it's just not really time yet. As in, I don't feel like doing it today, so I'll do it. It's not really too hard. It's just switching it out with stuff, and then that means I might have to go get some slate. I think cobblestone is still fine for the walls, but the roof does need to be different. But we might also switch the cobblestone out for like stone bricks and like texture with some cracked stone bricks and mossy one. So we'll kind of wait and see on that. But let's just go ahead and get rid of the beacons. Yeah, it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and call it there for today. We're actually nearing day 700 now. I think we're getting really close to another milestone. Well, not really a milestone. I just keep playing no matter what, honestly. But yeah, we're at day 693, so we're getting pretty close to day 700. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave it there for today. I might come back a little bit later tonight, and if I don't come back tonight, I won't be back tomorrow. Because I'll be on that bus and all that, so I won't be here for like 10 days or so. Is I'm going on vacation for a little bit, but either way, thank you guys for watching again, and yeah, I will have a nice time with my family. It's been a little bit, but it'll be nice to head back home for a little while. Either way, thanks again for hope to see you.